All right, did you turn that on?
Yeah. Good times for everybody.
I thought we were going to get a Monday or Thursday off.
All right. Okay, it's 6 o'clock and I'll call this meeting to order. All right, roll call. Dr. Miller.
Here.
Dr. Barr.
Here.
Mr. Chapman.
Here.
All right, roll call has been taken. We'll do the Pledge of Allegiance. Dr. Barr, do you want to lead us?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All righty. First item on the agenda, approval of FY 2022 financial statements. Clay.
I had presented you with the copy of the FY22 financial statements at our last regular board meeting. Are there any questions, anything anybody needs any clarification on? I had mentioned earlier, this is just a preliminary. This will not be the last time you see the FY22 financial statements. This is a formal process that we have to go through the state. And these will be published in the paper, which would require your approval. I don't want you to be seeing them the first time in the paper. So they will go to the paper for public review. And then when the audit is over, you will see them again. So this was not the first time you've seen them, certainly won't be the last time you see them for FY22.
They made it.
Awesome.
They made it
Awesome.
to my finals.
Are there any questions with what has been presented thus far with the financial statements for FY22?
No, I don't, but
Okay.
what I've been thinking is, number one, is I'm old and I can barely read
Okay.
this font.
Okay.
So maybe sometime in January, after our superintendent gets situated and things aren't as busy for you, do you think we could have a work session, with the board and the superintendent to just kind of go through things,
Right. Absolutely.
and help us to learn
I have
exactly what all these things mean?
I have no issue with that whatsoever.
That's a great idea.
To me, that would be helpful.
I'd like to see something like that happens, and also that January, February, March timeframe. We're going to be looking at next year's budget, so that
Yeah.
would probably be
So, I mean, you can just.
a good time.
If you all want to just set it up sometime that's good.
The more interest you guys take in this part of the school system, the happier I would be.
Well, I'm interested, but I have trouble understanding what a lot of this is.
Right.
And so I think that maybe
Sure.
if we could have a work session and just sit down and talk through it,
Absolutely.
but now's, of course.
Right, and I would bring up another good point. With the departure of Mr. Minnie, I would like to see a couple more board members be on that audit committee, and then you have that one-on-one contact with the auditors to see what's going on.
Why don't we talk about that maybe at the meeting? Or
Sure,
and
absolutely.
Give us time to look through all of it.
Anytime.
I am interested.
Yeah, I've mentioned that before. Anytime you see anything, hey, this, what is this? Doesn't make sense, or hey, I'm not understanding this. Can you explain it? I'm happy to do that.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the fiscal year 22 financial statement.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve the FY 2022 financial statements. Is there any further discussion or amendments?
No.
Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Thanks, Clay.
Thank you.
I'm
All right.
still celebrating.
Next item is approval of contract of terms and conditions of the interim superintendent.
So I move pursuant to 6-9A-42 of the West Virginia Code that the board go into executive session to discuss personnel and personnel matters, which if discussed in public might affect adversely the reputation of any person.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and second that we enter executive session. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, all opposed? Motion carries.
Make a motion, we return from executive session.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we arise from executive session. All in favor, aye? Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. We'll now reconvene in open session, and we'll go back to the agenda item of approving the contract with interim superintendent.
I move the appointment of Tony Dustin Minnie as interim superintendent of Gilmer County Schools to begin November 1st, 2022 and end on June 30th, 2023 at a salary of $9,166.67 per month, and upon all the terms and conditions of this form of contract, which has been distributed to board members, is available for inspection by members of the public attending this meeting prior to action by the board, will be made a part of the minutes of this meeting, and shall be signed by the president after it has been signed by Dr. Minnie, provided that Dr. Minnie signs the contract no later than October 31st, 2022.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the contract and terms of the interim superintendent. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. All right. And that is our final item of business. So at this time, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we adjourn. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Meeting adjourned.
And that was a whole lot of commas.
Yes.
Yes.
Brett?
Dr. Minnie.